victory. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Phillies videocast here recapping last night's game between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Washington Nationals as the Phillies defeat the Nationals by a final score of 5-2. It's a great comeback victory as Odubel Herrera hits a clutch home run in the 10th and 9th inning last night to tie the ball game for the Phils, and we get the job done in extras. What a great job of hitting runner scoring position. I'm so proud of this team last night. Now, guys, before we get into this video, please subscribe if you have not yet. Please turn on the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. So I'm so proud of this team for what they showed me last night. I mean, think about this. Think about this. Since 2020, since trailing after the 8th inning, the Phillies were 0-28. So they made that 1-29 after last night. I'm so proud of this team, and that was not easy to do. After we're going against Brad Hand, one of the best closers in baseball, and we do the job against him last night. I'm so proud of this Phillies team for doing that. They did a great job in this game. And how about winning the series on the road, right? I mean, the last time we won a 3-game series where all 3 games were played on the road, series against the Atlanta Braves, September 17th through September 19th, 2019 at Truist Park. Unbelievable. I remember that series. I recap because I don't know if you guys remember, I did do recaps in 2019. That's when I first started, of course. So if you guys are not familiar, I remember doing those games. I remember that we won the series. That was the last time. Like I keep going back to, we did win the first 2 games of 3-game set last year in 2020 at Nationals Park, but that 3rd game was not played. So finally, we get a legit series win here on the road. What a great job by this Phillies team. You love to see it. Like, it's about time we did it. It's about time we did it. So we do that in this game. Pick up the scoring summary at the top of the 2nd inning. J.T. Vito scratched the starting lineup from that injury. He stayed today, as Jojo already said. He doesn't think he's going to go on the IL, but he did not play in this game. So Andrew Knappe singles on a ground ball to left field. Rhys Hoskins scores, and the Phillies then jump ahead to a 1-0 lead. So the BBC IB, I mean, we kind of all thought that he was kind of settling back to earth a little bit after a great year last year. We all thought he was kind of settling down to earth a little bit. You know what? He's been great recently. He really, really has. I mean, he's been very, very good. He's getting some playing time now with the JT, day-to-day injury, and he's taking advantage of it. Gets the Phillies a 1-0 lead. Great job. Then in the bottom of 6th inning, we didn't see any more scoring until this scoring right here. Scarn Castro singles on a ground ball to center field up the middle. Ryan Zimmerman scores, Mr. National, and the Nats tie it at 1. So, wow, I mean, Ryan Zimmerman got that double off of Zach Wheeler. I think Zach Wheeler was starting to look a little bit more tired in that inning. He was starting to wear out a little bit. That was his final inning of the night. So he was starting to wear out a little bit there. He was up to a lot of pitches. There's no question about that. Then a play that just totally, I don't know what in the world happened here. Alex Avila hits a towering fly ball to right center. And Bryce Harper and Odubel Herrera, total miscommunication. The ball drops right in front of Bryce Harper. He almost looked like he put his glove out and it's bounced up. And Avila ended up getting the third on that. And I can't believe they scored out of trouble. I don't know if Harper lost in the lights. I don't know if maybe Odubel called it off. And then I don't know what happened. Whatever it was a miscommunication. And Starlin Castro hustles around to score. And it's now a 2-1 Washington lead. So, wow. I mean, like I said, total blunder out there. I cannot believe that was not scored an error. But I'm kind of glad it wasn't. Because, honestly, I mean, I was a little bit annoyed, though, because I was concerned that Zach Wheeler was going to get slapped with a loss in this one. But it's just like, wow. Because I don't want to have Harper's, or I don't know who they would have scored in there. Probably Harper because that was his ball. It was in his territory. Nevertheless, it's now 2-1 Nats. Then in the 9th inning, we're going against one of the best closers in the game, Brad Hand. And this is not easy to do, as Odubel Herrera does it again, ladies and gentlemen. He homers on a fly ball to center field. A nice little bat flip again. His 2nd of the season, 2nd of the road trip. And the Phillies tie it at 2. Let's give him a round of applause. El Torito does his job there. I mean, great job. I was fired up. And the funny thing was, as I was talking to my dad, I'm like, oh my goodness, this game's over. As soon as I said they hit a home run, I can't play it because, I'm already 1 out. I mean, I'm not real confident about this game. I mean, it just felt like a loss. And the words of Jack Fritz, fan of the pod, it felt like a loss. Felt like we're not going to win this game. It seems like everything was just going against us. Well, you know what, Odubel Herrera, he really shut me up. It's just like, it's crazy. I was talking to my dad. I'm like, I don't think we're going to win this game. And then it's just like, he just, Odubert is like, nope, no way, Luke. Then in the top of the 10th inning, we tack it on. We take the lead. Rhys Hoskins with a clutch single as he singles on a sharp line drive to left field. That ball was hit so hard. Andrew McCutchen scores. And the Phillies going to take a 3-2 lead. I mean, what a great way to jump ahead there. I mean, you got to take advantage of this, right? I mean, Andrew McCutchen starting off the inning at second base, right? I mean, the little rule there, it's kind of weird. But you got to take advantage of it, right? You got to take advantage of it. And we do. As Rhys Hoskins, he needed that, right? He had a pretty good night last night. He did. He had a pretty good night last night. There's no question about that. He definitely saw the ball well. 3-2 Phils. Then we were not done the inning as Nick Maton. He singles on a sharp line drive to right field. Bryce Harper scores. I mean, what a great at-bat by Bryce Harper. First of all, he fights to, I mean, he was working the count, and then he throws his bat out there and gets a single to left field. I mean, that was a simple approach. He didn't try to murder the baseball. He just threw his bat hand out there and hit it to left field and it dunked in there. I mean, it's just like that. That is the way you play baseball right there. I mean, he didn't try to murder the ball. He didn't try to pull it. If he would have tried to pull it, it would have been a little weak roller to the right side or a pop-up or something like that. You know what? No, he went where the pitch was thrown. That is good baseball right there. Bryce Harper trots home to score, and it's now a 4-2 Phillies lead. And Andrew Knapp does it again, ladies and gentlemen. He singles on a line drive to center field. Nick Maton scores. And it's only 5-2 Phillies with Nick Maton stealing second, and the throw goes into center. And then he advances to third. Alex Avila, I mean, boy, but that was not a very good throw. 5-2 Phils, and there you go, win by that score. 5-2 your final scores. We win the series. Great job. Great job as we beat the struggling Nats who just can't seem to do anything right. Oh boy. Andrew McCutchen with a knock last night. Gene Segura, he's cooled off a little bit as I discussed. We did get one knock. Not bad. But Bryce Harper, a 3-hit night last night. Unbelievable with the double. I mean, he just missed hitting another home run. He just missed it. I mean, that ball he hit out to left field. I mean, that was it just missed clearing the wall. I tell you what. I mean, that ball was crushed. It was crushed. I mean, he just missed that, ladies and gentlemen. He just missed that. I tell you what, that was close. That was close. And the sad part is, no one's getting on base when he's doing this. Like, he only has 11 RBIs, as discussed. No one's getting on base. It's just like, it's kind of a shame, but you know what? Eventually they will, right? Eventually they will. As I discussed, Rhys Hoskins with a 2-hit night last night. And with that clutch ribby single to give the Phils the lead. But Alec Bohm, I hate to bring this up on such a positive video of a big series win here. You know, I hate to bring this up, but I have to. What's going on with Alec Bohm? 0 for 4 last night, 3 strikeouts. He's striking out a lot, and he's not getting on base, ladies and gentlemen. He's not generating a lot of walks. His OPS is pretty terrible. He sits at 580. That's terrible. That's a terrible OPS. I mean, what's going on with Alec Bohm? I don't understand. He's in the midst of a sophomore slump. I mean, we all know he's better than this. And he needs to start performing. And I don't expect him to go out there and hit 360. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I expect him to hit close to 300. We all know it's in him. And I don't know what's wrong with him. I really, really don't. Not much has really been said by Joe, right? I mean, he hasn't really said much about it. I think we're all hoping that he's going to get out of it because we all know he's better than this. But we hate to see, I mean, like another, Michael Franco 2.0, right? I mean, it's a guy who has a great first year, and he just does not live up to expectations the years after. So I would hate to see that. Didi Gregorius left last night's game with left elbow stiffness. So he was removed from it. We all knew something was wrong because Didi Gregorius, I mean, he looked like, as I kept saying, he looked like he was playing hurt. He really, really did. He looked like he was playing hurt. Did not look like himself. And, I mean, he's usually a pretty good hitter with scoring position. I mean, he hasn't been there. I mean, with scoring position. A couple of ducks on the pond. He hasn't been able to get the job done at all. So Nick Maton came in, and he got that clutch ribby single later in the ballgame. Great job by Nick Maton. But the BBCIB collecting 2 knocks and 2 ribby singles. You'll have to see El Torito getting the solo shot, also clicking another knock as well. So, I mean, great night situational hitting last night. What a great job out of the Phils in this game. I mean, situational hitting, they definitely had it last night. There's no question about it. Props to them. I mean, that's not easy to do. So take a look at Zach Wheeler start. 6 innings, 8 hits, 2 runs, and 2 runs were earned. 1 walk and 7 strikeouts. I mean, he was pretty decent last night. I mean, it's just like he wasn't terrible. I mean, have I seen better than Zach Wheeler? Yeah. I mean, he was definitely throwing a lot of pitches. Only 1 walk. It's crazy. 7 strikeouts, but the 8 hits. I mean, definitely, Zach Wheeler's the kind of guy who's going to generate a lot of contact. You know, though he's not really known for striking a lot of guys out. He's a pitch to contact type out guy. He's not going to generate a large amount of strikeouts, so it makes sense. He's going to allow a decent amount of solid contact, as we discussed on here before. So we saw that a little bit last night. He kind of had an unlucky inning there in the bottom of the sixth inning. I mean, he kind of got, I understand that was not officially declared an error, but that's still a pretty bad defensive play out there in right center field made by Bryce Armadillo Herrera. Total miscommunication. Really do not blame on Zach Wheeler. I mean, there's no question about how could you? I understand that, yeah, the scoring, they scored a triple, but yeah, I mean, they did, but if you're going to look at it from an objective standpoint, I mean, that ball should have been caught. It just should have been caught. So Zach Wheeler, I mean, not a bad start. I mean, he's still, throwing his, fastball for a pretty good velo. I mean, I love his pitches. I really, really do. So he had a pretty decent start last night. I mean, it was pretty decent. Man, I'm just glad that he, well, first of all, Ian and Winnaduber had that game-tying home run. It's actually on chalk for the L. And not only did we win this game, but he also was taken out of consideration for the L, of course. I mean, not only did we win, but the double home run in the top ninth inning took him out of that consideration. So Connor Brogdon, he needed this, a nice inning and a third last night. I mean, what a great job. What a great job he did. Retired all batters that he faced. Gets his ERA now down to 5.40. He's getting there. And Ranger Suarez after Joe Romero, I forgot to talk about this, going on a 10-day IL. It's just like, he wasn't tearing it up. I mean, there's no question about it. Ranger Suarez now takes his place for the time being. Not bad at the Phillies bullpen last night. But Jose Alvarado, you saw the Mark Zuckerman of the Washington Nationals, their little Twitter guy. He always tweets about the game, Massa Nats. Well, he was saying, like, the Rocky lefty, the guy that doesn't have much consistency, Jose Alvarado's coming in the game. Well, Jose did his job. He didn't allow a run, right? I mean, I understand it was a little shaky, and I kind of agree with Mark Zuckerman. I mean, he didn't really, I definitely do get scared with Jose Alvarado when he comes in the game, but, he did his job. He did his job last night. So you can't argue that. You just can't argue that. I can't believe that. You knew that Alvarado has a 3.09 ERA. Did you not know that? Crazy, man. I actually kind of thought it'd be higher than that. But Hector Neris gets to save his 7th of the season. This was a save situation, 3-run lead. That is a save situation. And he had a very good inning. I mean, Ryan Zimmerman was on second base, of course, with the extra inning guy on second. And the Nats eventually did sacrifice him to third base with the ground out the first by Carl Short. They got him in the third. That was it for them. They could not score Ryan Zimmerman as Neris did strike out the final battle of the ballgame to win the game for the Phils. About a final score of 5-2. Unbelievable. So a nice little comeback victory. Like I said, since the start of 2020 season, the Phillies were 0-28. Since trailing after the 8th inning. Can you believe that? 0-28. So we beat the odds last night. Now 1-29 since the start of 2020 season. So I knew we'd break it eventually, and we finally win a series on the road. It's about time we did it. It's a feel-good win last night in D.C. The Braves lose 4-1 against the Toronto Blue Jays. You'll love to see that, man. But one thing I'm not really happy about is the Mets, as they beat the Orioles 7-1 yesterday. Oh boy, now 18-13. Lindor is heating up. We all knew he would. I mean, we all knew he wasn't going to, hit, where he was hitting. But can we start with this whole Mets thing? They play the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Baltimore Orioles. Some of the worst teams in baseball. Give me a break. They're not playing, the Yankees. They're not playing the Dodgers. They're not playing the Padres. Let's wait until they play a legit opponent. Let's just calm down. They're playing the Rays this weekend, who are, they're not a fantastic team. They played in the World Series last year. They're a different team than they were last year. But, hopefully the Rays can, show them who's boss. Because, honestly, the Mets have had a pretty easy schedule here the last couple of days. There's no question about it. The last couple of games. They definitely had an easy schedule. And, it's still not easy to beat a team. There's no question about it. You see the Phillies, they struggled against some of the bad teams, but they definitely had an advantage. You cannot say they haven't had an advantage, because they definitely had. And thanks so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you have not yet. Please turn on the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Check out the social media link in the description section at Phillies Township, Instagram, TikTok, Financial Instagram. Call or text 267-225-3292. Email me, phillysoundsofet@gmail.com, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Big win last night in D.C. 105 the first pitch today. Zach Eflin 2-0 with a 3.38 ERA. Going against Patrick Corbin 1-3 with a 7.36 ERA. Let's get the brooms out today. Let's get the sweep. And if we don't get the sweep today, I'm still going to be proud of this team for winning 2 out of 3. So guys, thanks so much for watching. I am Luke, and I'll talk to you later. Let's go Phillies.